Good morning. Good morning. This is Hope D with the Book of Hope. Thank you for stopping into my channel to see what I have to say on today. I'm going to make this really, really quick. Today's topic is about healing. So, over in the book of Psalms, the 147th chapter, verse 3, it says, He healeth the broken in heart and bindeth up their wounds. So, y'all, last night I had an encounter with the Holy Spirit when I was just sitting and meditating and thinking about, the things that I've endured in life. And some of the things that came to mind were things in places that have not been healed. And a lot of times we as people don't heal because we don't know where to seek the help from. We don't know where to go to get the healing. We don't know who to talk to get the healing. We don't know what to do to get the healing. So I was just thinking about things in general that we as people deal with. We deal with coming up as children in homes, and I can only talk about my own home, where you're verbally abused and you don't know it's verbal abuse. You think that mommy's just having a bad day. You're emotionally abused. You're sometimes you can be physically abused, whether that is with somebody whooping you with something outside of a belt, or you get an extension cord, anything, a switch, anything taken to your backside, or being punched in the face. I'm not saying I was punched in the face because I wasn't, but then not only inside the home but outside of the home, people are verbally abusing you, calling you names, talking about you, making you feel less than a person. So you're now dealing with self-esteem issues. And with self-esteem issues, that can take you to a place to where either you begin to make yourself vomit because you want to be skinny, or you begin to partake in eating a lot of food to comfort yourself and you begin to gain weight. So then there's name calling going on. So it can even be in the aspect of dealing with drinking, alcoholism, having a problem with drinking alcohol. You're an alcoholic or a drug addict. And people always want to be like, those things are bad things. Yes, everything that you do is a sin. Some people abuse their bodies, meaning that they become prostitutes or things of that nature, or anything they can do. They mutilate themselves, they cut themselves. So it doesn't matter what the sin is. The problem is how do we get healed? How do we get healed from those things? How do we get healed from being depressed? How do we get healed from a mental illness? How do we get healed from an emotional illness? How do we get healed from verbal abuse? How do we get healed from physical abuse? Where does this healing come from? How do we get these healings? And when I was coming up, the saying was is that what happens in our home stays in our home. That means you don't go outside the house and talk to nobody else about what's going on in the house, because that was grounds for getting a whooping. I'm just gonna be real about the situation. And to some people, you look at a lot of black communities and you think that inner city black communities have a problem with drugs. Y'all, I'm here to tell you, communities outside of those inner city black communities and white communities have issues with drugs. They have crackheads everywhere, y'all. There are crackheads in the White House. If you want to be truthful about it, they might not necessarily smoke crack, but they snorting something or doing something else to keep their mind sane. There may be alcoholics in the White House. I'm just talking what is prevalent, because so many times people hide things. They put a mask on to hide these things. They're hiding their faces. They're hiding what they're doing. And it's easy. It's just like when you go into church and you see a fashion show every Sunday because Sister So and so comes in with this nice big hat on and a bad $300 suit with some $200 pumps and a matching bag that's another $400. We put on a mask. We put a suit on. We cover up what we look like and what we feel like on the inside. And that's where we mess up as people, because we don't show our true feelings. We don't allow anybody to step in to help us to heal. So, y'all, today I just wanted to share with y'all that we can be healed of our broken hearts. We can be healed of our infirmities. We can be healed of our diseases. We can be healed of our illnesses, whether it's mental or physical. We can be healed of different things, but we have to be willing to take that step to get healed. And what are you willing to do to get that healing? Are you willing to open up and talk to somebody, whether it's a therapist or a counselor or whoever? Are you willing to sit down and talk to somebody so that you can be healed? Are you willing to take that step and enroll into that program so that you can detox, so that you can become healed? I mean, it takes a community to do certain things, and it takes a community to help you with your healing as well. But you have to be the one willing to step in and actually take steps and measures to get that healing. So I wanted to talk about healing today because that thing was just bothering me last night. just resonating in my spirit, because so many times I went to school as a teenager in high school, eyes bloodshot red in the morning time. And my eyes would be red because I would be crying from the house to the school, because my mama would be cussing me out from the house to the school. And when I got to school and I would see my friends, it was, oh, I'm tired, or I had to work late, or whatever. I always had an excuse, but that wasn't the real truth. The real truth of the matter was is that I was being verbally abused from the house to the school, thinking that that's normal. That's supposed to happen. And when people are hurt and they don't know how to deal with their own hurt, they in turn around and take that hurt and they pass it along to someone else. So parents, I urge you, being parents, do not hurt your children like you were hurt when you were a child. Do not hurt your children like you were hurt as a teenager. Do not put that on them because you were hurt. What you need to do in your adult life, if you have not already done it, is get some help and learn how to get healed from that hurt, so that you don't pass that on to the next generation, because you don't want them to pass that on to the generation after them. So when I'm talking about healing, I'm talking about this from a personal place, a personal experience of being in a place where my mom, her means and her way of protecting us was to keep us away from a lot of things, keep us sheltered, keep us in the house, not allowing us to go to a lot of people's homes, or affiliating with a lot of people for that matter. And I see a lot of that in myself, where I kind of keep my son sheltered and keep him away from certain things. But back then I didn't understand what she was doing. She was doing that from a hurt place, not from a place of protection, but from a place of hurt. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have experienced hurt, or you've been in a place where you've been just down in the bottom, now is your time to heal. This is the time to heal. This is the time to actually get into the face of God and heal. Get yourself healed. I know we can't go to the churches, and Dr. Jamal Bryant said it so well when he spoke on Sunday about the laying on of hands. We can't really do that in this sense anymore because of the COVID-19. However, sometimes God don't even have to lay hands. He can just send a shadow. He can send a word. He can send a whisper. He can send a wind. He can send a blow. He can send an air hug, whatever, however he chooses to do it. He can send a social media post that can help heal you, but you have to be willing to accept that healing. You have to be willing to receive that healing, and you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to get healed. So I just want to encourage you guys today to stay connected. Stay connected to someone. Stay connected to someone that's going to help you through the process, not help you mask the process. Don't put on a face. Don't put the makeup on. Don't put on the mask. Don't put on the cover up. Don't put on the pretty dress. Don't put on the nice suit and the nice shoes. Don't put on the hair and the lashes. I need you to be real and be about be you, and be real and true to the healing that you want to receive. If you really want to receive healing, you have to be willing to step up and move in that direction to receive healing. And the first way to do that is to find somebody that can help you, like really, really help you get through that. There is nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. There's nothing wrong with seeing a psychiatrist. There's nothing wrong with seeing a doctor. There's nothing wrong with seeing a local leader at your church that can help you get through the process. There's nothing wrong with going to a facility that will help you detox your system from drugs and alcohol. There is nothing wrong with that, guys. We all go through the valley sometimes. We all deal with some things. We all deal with some hurts in life. But the problem is where do we decide that we're going to stop that thing and we're going to get healed from that thing. So with that being said, if you're dealing with anything, like you want to do some things different in your life. I mean, some of you know, some of you don't know, but I do have a business of my own, and we as a community believe in healing, and we're a wellness company. And because we're a wellness company, we want to heal people. We want to help people heal, and we want to help people detox their bodies of the daily toxins that they receive on a consistent basis being out here in this world, metals and all of those things. And we have some products, and I have some products that I use faithfully. The Daily Detox Plus, which detoxes me daily. I use that daily. I also use the Restore, which adds back the good stuff. Once the bad stuff is taken out, it's not harsh on your body. It's not hard on your body. It's actually very gentle. It's very easy to follow. It's easy to do. Just add some drops to your water, your tea, or whatever you're drinking. Drink that up and drink plenty of water, and you'll be good to go. I also have been partaking of the gummies, which we have on sale until midnight tonight. If you'd like to get those, you buy three, I think it is, and you get one for free. But guys, we have to be able to heal ourselves. And that is a way that I heal myself of those daily, using the daily products that I use to detox my system. That is how I heal myself on a daily basis. My grandmother passed away at 89 years old, y'all, and she looked amazing even at 89. So, and she wasn't taking any of the stuff that I was taking. But I thank God for her because of the way how medicine has resolved and, changed and evolved down through the years, that we're able to take things that can help us cleanse ourselves so that we don't have to take all the medicines that she took. But y'all, healing is it's time to be healed. It's a time of healing. All this rain going on outside, I'm telling you, it is a time of healing. You need to step in, get in the water so you can be healed. There was a man who sat by the pool. This is what the Bible says. He sat by the pool for 38 years and he was not able to get into the water when it was troubled because he could not walk. And he was trying for so many times. Every time that water got troubled, y'all, the water is troubled outside. I'm telling you, I'm using this. Lord, help me. Thank you, Holy Ghost. The water is troubled outside. We're dealing with a storm right now. The hurricane is going on outside, which means the water in the ocean is being troubled. The water in the Gulf is being troubled. The water is troubled. But the problem is are you willing to step in to get that healing? Are you willing to step up and take that chance of getting that healing? Are you willing to take that leap of faith to get that healing? But you have to be willing to step in the troubled water to get the healing. See, he couldn't get to the water. He needed somebody to help him get to the water. And then we as a people, we don't want to help somebody else get to the water because we want to get there first. So we leave them sitting to the side. But I dare you to try this one time. Stop being selfish and start being a servant. Be a servant and start helping those who need the help to get along the way, because you never know how God will bless you later on in the end. The thing is if you want to be healed, you got to get into the water while it's being troubled. And even if you can't get in there while it's troubled, God will send somebody that will come with the word, and that person will come with the word and tell you, listen, I can't tell you how. I can't help you get to the water. I can't give you no silver and gold. But what I can give you is Jesus Christ. I can offer you Jesus. And because I can offer you Jesus, check this out. Hey, take up your bed and walk. That's what you do. You pick it up and you walk. And the man he picked up his bed, and his knees and his ankles began to receive strength. His legs began to receive strength, y'all, and he walked away. He didn't have to get in that troubled water, and he'd have to get in because God healed him right where he was at, because he had been trying for so many years, and all he wanted to do was be healed. Y'all, it takes us opening up our mouths and asking for healing. You got to open your mouth and ask. If you don't open your mouth, you cannot be healed. Let me talk to some of these women out here who have dealt with abortion and who have dealt with miscarriages. If you want God to bless you, in the sense of a child, be like Hannah. Be fervent in your prayers. Be persistent in your prayers and asking God what you would have need of, especially when it comes to children. Be fervent in your prayers. But see, the thing that Hannah did was she prayed and she asked God for a child, and God blessed her with many more after that child, because she turned around and dedicated that child back to Him. And He took care of that child, and she would go and see Him once a year. But God still blessed her to have a child. Y'all, I prayed for one of my soldiers way back when. Her son is now 3 years old. And she and I sat in my office after she had a miscarriage, and we prayed. And I told her, I said, in God's time, He will give you that child that you have a desire to have. And sure enough, He gave her that child that she had a desire to have. And every time I see this little boy on Facebook or wherever, I just smile so big, because I'm like, God, you said it and you did it. And there he is, living proof. You blessed her with the child that she had been praying for. And those children that she had lost, God, you gave her the one that she had need of. So y'all, if you really want something, you have to open your mouth and ask. You have to ask for healing. Ask God to heal your body so that your body can be prepared to carry that child in the womb. You have to open your mouth and ask. You cannot have anything if you don't open your mouth and ask. So if you really want healing on today, open your mouth and ask God to heal you. Open your mouth and ask God to do it for you. All right. So y'all, that's all that I have for you guys today for the Book of Hope. If you like it, share it. Subscribe, click the link below, subscribe and share with your friends, your family, somebody that may need to be encouraged, because what I do here is I like to encourage people, motivate people, and inspire people to do better than what they're doing and to live the best life that they can possibly live. All right. Thank y'all so much. Be blessed and have a wonderful day.